All right, so if you're gonna make a food that's a little bit more complicated, or not complicated in itself because the ingredients are quite simple, but because when you want to register it on MyFitnessPal, it means that you don't exactly know how much of each of the ingredients you put on the pan was. This is a really simple way to do it. And what you do is you create a recipe in MyFitnessPal. But before we even dive into MyFitnessPal itself, you actually have to weigh your containers. Which containers? Well, the ones you're going to end up with your end product or end recipe. So for example, if you're making a chili in a big pan, weigh your big pan. And I would suggest just to make note of all your pans, all your Pyrex, all your glass containers, everything that you, bowls, anything that you would use to store any of your recipes in its final state. And it would have to be the final state before there's any like a little leftovers on the side or before you dish it out or anything like that. Just make sure that you weigh the container or it's going to be done and closed. So if it's a chili, maybe it's a big pan. If it's like a cottage pie or something that you would make in a Pyrex, maybe you want to weigh the Pyrex and then at the end of when it's done and when you take it out of the oven, you know exactly how much it weighed. But anyway, weigh that and register it. And when I say register it, I mean like either on a piece of paper or in a notepad or anything like that. I keep mine all in a note in my notepad app or in my notes app on my phone, so that I know exactly how much each of my containers weigh. So make note of that first, set it aside, and then start your recipe. What you do is you're gonna weigh all your ingredients before cooking them. So that would be raw ingredients. So for example, you'd go on your recipes, and at the bottom, create recipe. You're gonna say enter ingredients manually. And here, I don't know, let's just say that we're gonna make a chili. So I'm gonna say test chili recipe, because I'm gonna delete it later, but this is just for you guys. Servings, it doesn't matter, just put something here. 10, doesn't matter, you're gonna change it later. And then leave the bulk import like that and just click on the arrow at the top for next. Now, as you start weighing your ingredients before you cook them, you're gonna start adding them one by one. So let's say add ingredient onion. You search for onion, and let's say you weighed your red onion that you just chopped, and it weighed 334 grams, 334, not 1,000, 334. And then you save that. And let's say you added a pepper. So you add bell pepper, USDA. And let's say it was a red bell pepper. Make sure that you pick the right unit or serving size. And let's say that the bell pepper was 197 grams. And I don't know, whatever. You're gonna add all your ingredients here. Your meat, say lean, ground, beef, raw, USDA. And I always like going for ones that are a little bit more fatty. Per 100 grams, this one, there's better ones than that. Let's see, let's try this one. Yeah, this one's a little bit more realistic. Let's pick 1 gram, and let's say that your whole tray that you're putting into your pan weighs 459 grams, because that's about how much those single trays weigh. And you added spice, and so let's say you added chili powder, which you would normally scan, but I'm not scanning anything right now, but this is just for the sake of it, and that's how much you added. And whatever it is that you put in your recipe, I'm not going to scan it all, but either you scan it or you enter it, but make sure that you add even the little bit of oil that you're using, avocado oil. So let's say you put 3 tablespoons in your when you are frying things up, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're gonna put everything in here. And you're gonna cook your recipe after you've weighed all your ingredients, you've added all your spices, all your ingredients, everything you're gonna add in here. You're gonna cook, you're gonna finish it up. And once it's done cooking and you're ready to start serving, what you're gonna do is you're gonna weigh the entire thing. in your pot that you weighed before. So let's say in the case of the chili, I normally prepare it in a big pan. So I would weigh the full pan with the chili inside it. I would put that on top of my scale and see how much it weighs. Let's say it weighs, I don't know, I'm gonna make it up, I have no idea, 1,100. That's what the scale says. And then in this example, let's say that I weighed my pan and my pan weighed 100. So you're going to subtract the reading from the scale, which is 1,100, minus how much the pan weighs, which is 100, and that would give you 1,000. So that number right there is going to be your number of servings, and you're going to save that. Now what happens when you go and serve yourself and you want to go and add that in your diary? You go to recipes here at the top, and then you add that, and then you're going to add here the number of servings of grams that you're serving. So for example, I normally, when I eat my chili, I dish myself out about 450 grams. So I would add here 450. And as you can see, based on the ingredients and the amounts and everything that I added in my recipe creation, when you put here the number of servings or the number of grams that you're putting on your plate, it actually calculates everything for you. So there you go. Now you have it. That's how you create a recipe in MyFitnessPal, and it's pretty easy. It's really useful for anything that's a little bit more complicated, and it saves you a full load of time so that you're not weighing per portion. I also don't recommend saying like 5 servings of the total recipe or things like that, because you don't really ever know how much the total was and how much you're actually dishing each time. It's an approximate, and approximates aren't very good if you're macro tracking. So this is really the best and most precise way of doing it, and I promise it'll save you a bunch of time. Alrighty, hope this helps. Bye.